Tob duhur al tob masul ahlan liya el Nuwabik fasul. That means good afternoon or good evening, depending on your location. And welcome to the Nuwabik class, Darus Taled, which is lesson number 3. Wanted to go over the 5 letters, the next 5 letters of the alphabet, and I also wanted to cover our Natur, which is our pledge to our flag. So, wanted to go through that with y'all, but before we get to the flag part, let's actually. I had something prepared for you guys, but let's actually go through the next 5 letters, which I'm not keeping good track of what letters I left off on, but I think I left off on I. If I'm not mistaken, I left off on an I, which is a irza, and so we can actually let me see if this actually works. Okay, it does. All right. Sometimes you don't know which one of these markers may go out on you, so got to test it right quick. So I like to use the book as the guide. So, oh, you know what? Before we get into that, we can get into the prayer. This is sort of like an affirmation of the all. So we will go through this real quick. The first sentence should be said maybe before, well, not maybe, but before all readings or prayers, but doesn't necessarily have to be said. I know I don't say it all the time when I'm going through my prayers or going through the tafalat and the prostration. So I will enunciate this in our language, and you guys could just follow along. Abdul kul tafalatat wa bazun bi samus el kulum. The word for use in our language is samus. So let me show you guys here. Let's see. Actually, I don't need that. I feel like writing in green today. So this is the word samus. And that would look like this in English. Samus. And it means use. Right? So we see that here, right? With by using El Kulum. Begin all prayers and thinking about using El Kulum. Bamul is doing. So this is just a misprint here. Like I said, the book needs to be updated a little bit, but that's how you know you learn a Nuwabik, that you can kind of spot the mistakes. You know, that's how you know you're getting better, and you could, help improve the process and the language at that. So let's go on to the second line. Anea fi el achug shio el kaluam. That is, I am in the love of the all. All right, and you'll notice you see achug with the satuch here, and then you see it with the a here. Best practice is to always write the at of the a here, so you know it's shug and not shug or ta shug, or because there could be a combination of letters here before this, and even in the book here it talks about putting the a, like this automatically means an a in satuch, or the satuch is a glottal stop, so it actually talks about this is automatically an a, but that's as you start to use the language, there's a big problem with that, because there could also be an e here, there could be an I here, there could be 2 letters, 3 letters, 4 letters before this, so it's not always an a. So keep that in mind. So anyway, wakul atshug izufini, and all love is in me. Anea fadugun shiel el kulum. I am part of the all. So this is just you affirming that you're not the all, but you're a part of the all, and the all being everything in existence, all space, time, the whole universe is part of the all. It's not even the all, it's part of the all. So we're not really able to conceive what the all is because it's so vast. However, we try to do our best to explain it and call it the El Kaluam. All right, so this is just saying I'm a part of the all, and oh, I'm sorry. Wa El Kaluam izu farogun shil ni, and the all is a part of me. So another thing I want to point out is when you see farogun wa el kulum izu farogun shil ni, you're actually farogun, the root word. You always got to find out what the root word is and then work from there. So farogun it means part, right? So let me write this for y'all. So it's gonna be farug. Farug means part. So if I say this means part, and if I say farugun means a part. See, that's just the indefinite article. And then, where's that other marker I had? Then you would pronounce it, you would attach that last consonant, you would split this part up and say gun, farugun, not farugun, it's farugun. So keep that in mind whenever you're putting suffixes in our language. Because in English it would be a part, but the way it's more rhythmic, if we say farugun instead of say a part, in English English is really broken up to where there's really no rhythm if you don't have a beat behind it. So in our language they farugun, and it flows a lot better. So when you see that where it says wa el kulum izu farogun shilni, that's what it is. Let's keep going here. Anea wahed ma'a el kulum, I am one with the all. Wa el kulum izu wahed ma'ani, and the all is one with me. Ane ekelu anjehu kame farugun shil el kulum, I can succeed as part of the all. And once you get more advanced in the language, you don't even need to say ane, because you'll know that this word right here, aikelu, the root word is yakul, and so we just conjugate this to say I can. But when first coming into language, you'll see ane ekelu, just as a helper. It's like a helper, pronoun. Wahub kame farodun, and fail as an. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I say I can succeed as a part of the all? And then after that is wahub kame farodun, and fail as an individual. Ane ekelu akwenu kuldek ane achfezu fi el kulum, and I could be all that I wish in the all. Kame hafazi actually is as my wish. Actually is it's actually hafuzi, because it's hafuz is wish, and then hafuzi is my wish. So it's actually kame hafuzi izu liya apmeru fi el kulum. My wish is to stay in the. That's actually apmud. That's actually, yeah, this is Atmud, which means stay or to stay in the all. So there's a couple mistakes here, but the language was pretty early on in the stages. So, things get corrected and improved as time goes on. Anea Kabaha Wahud, I am never alone. I'm sorry. Let's go back here. I'm off my game a little bit today. So this is Kamer Khafuzi Izuliya Amud Fiel Kulum. As long as my wish is to stay in the all, Anea Kabaha Wahud, I am never alone. El Kulum Izu Anea, the all is I am. El Kulum Yekelu Ekelu, the all can, I can. El Kulum Yabmelu Abmelu, the all does, I do. You notice how I said El Kulum Yabmelu Yabmelu Abmelu, because you don't need to say this because the word do, which is Bamul, is already conjugated for you. So, that's what we call the Istatlat, which is the affirmation. And so he says, first, let's begin reciting our affirmation in our own language. So I would definitely, if you want to practice speaking Nuwabik, start with this. Start with this. I would first memorize the English and then learn how to translate that into Nuwabik. And this is a good stepping stone because the translation is already here. So you can just use that. Now there's some mistakes here. So in the development stage of our language. So if you need any help, just holler at me. I can help you with that. Okay, but however, I wanted to go over the next letters in our language. So let me go ahead and skip on to that real quick. I believe we stopped at I. So we're going to start off with the Jaf, which is it's a J. How you pronounce the letters, it would be a J equivalent to a J in English, as in Jeep, but it's not pronounced J. Let me actually break it down for y'all. Alright, so we're gonna have, oh no, let me write this in black. So we got the J, the Jaf. It's actually a Jaf, it looks like a sideways J, right? And then we got the K. I forgot what we called the K. I gotta look that up. There's the K. The L looks like a moon crescent. L. And then the M. I know we call the M. What do we call the M? Can't remember right now. Okay. And then the N. Alright, so this is more like a J, and K, L, M, N. Alright, so what are some words in Nuwabik that start with a J? I'll write the rest of it in green. I think I mentioned yesterday the word Jarun, and it means to mow, right? It means to mow. K, let's see, there's some words that start with K. We'll keep it simple. We'll just go with K-Fa. And that means how. Yes, how. L, let's see, we can go with Lamus. Alright. And Lamus means to touch. see. M. We could say Magwoi. Magwoi, and that means strength. And then N we could put Nafus, and that means spirit. All right. So there's the next five letters and a word that kind of help you remember, you know, maybe what these letters are and what they mean. But I got to start giving you guys the actual names of the letters, and I will do that next lesson. Yeah, we could do that next lesson. Let's see. What's happening here? So we went. Guys should be practicing. If you follow along with the videos, should be practicing how to pronounce your words. There's some sentences that I did want to implement here, just to get you guys talking, being active with the language. You know what I mean? Because it's a living and breathing thing, and if you ain't using it, it's gonna die in your mind. It's not gonna be beneficial to you if you don't practice this. So I actually got some of the lessons from back in the day, and we are going to actually, actually we should go over the negatives. I think I went over the word go, which is zahub, right? So we're gonna go over this real quick. So I got zahub, right? And that means go, right? Hold on, someone's trying to call me. Okay, zahub means go. So if I wanted to say don't go, don't go, you're gonna put la in front of it, because la means don't, right? Well, you guys don't know that, but now you do. Since I told you, now you do. So la equals don't. Alright, so if I say don't go, as far as a command, I'm gonna say la tas la tashub. So you can kind of see, remember the root letters. There's one, the zeta, the hala, and the ba. So you can still see the root letters here, right? So all we did was put the, okay, so when you're thinking about this, don't think about, oh, I just took the A and put it in front of the Z. Because it's not like that. This actually disappears. You erase this, right? So if you erase this, the first and the second root letter come together. Now they're right next to each other, and then we add TA in the front. Don't think we moved it, because it actually got erased and then added in front of the first root letter. So the format is actually going to look like this: first root letter, second root letter, X, and then third root letter. So what you're doing is you're basically putting ta in front of zahub, right? Exactly. So that's just an example here of your first, second, third root letter, and this is the command form. Like of the word. Let's go over another word. All right. The word walk. The word walk in Nuwabik is mashub, and I will spell that out for you. Mashub. So, the word for walk. Okay, all right, is mashub. Right, that's walk. But if I wanted to say to somebody, walk as a command, right? I want to say walk. Then you would take the same formula. Actually, no, that actually what we went over was the negative command, like don't do something, right? And the ta in the front actually means you. So don't you, and whatever the verb is. And I just showed you the formula, right? But if you just want to say walk as a more positive, like not don't walk, but walk, you would spell it like this. You would remove this A, right? And you put it in front of the moked. Yeah, that's what it is, a moked. So A-M, and then you got the first root letter, right? You got the second root letter, and then it's just the rest of the root verb, right? So now you have walk. Walk. The command. So amshub instead of mashub is amshub. And if you say it to somebody, they're gonna be like, lay. Why? So you better have a good reason, and tell them in Nuwabik. Yeah. So that's the other command form. As you see, all you do is if we have one here, X, second root letter, X, third root letter, now it's X, 1, 2, X, 3. So you could see how the forms change by looking, let me get out the way here so you guys can see. You can see the forms change from this root word to the command version of that word, the positive command. So that's once you guys start talking, to each other, your wife, kids, girlfriend, cousin, more science temple, whoever you gotta talk to, the more that you use the language and you get comfortable with it, stop getting embarrassed to use the language and stuff like that. Once you get over that little chump stage, I call it the chump stage because you're scared to use your own language. That's never a good thing. That means you're still a slave. Okay, so yeah, so the master teacher goes over here some things about present possession. Oh, we didn't go over possession. Actually, we should do that right quick. So possession is etnin, and this goes back to the satuk rule, right? Etnin, right, means have. So let me spell this for you guys. Etnin, and it means have, like you're possessing something. All right, and then if I wanted to say I have, all right, you would say etnindi, and that means I have, right? Right, so I'm right here, I have etnindi, and see he always uses the helping independent pronoun like ane etnindi, but you don't need ane once you know how to conjugate this verb have. Right? So etninduk would be, which would mean you have, right? Et etnin etninduk means you have. And this right here actually brings up a good point. Whenever you have, I think the word etnin is probably the exception, but you can conjugate in Nuwabik, let's say the word Nazur, right? You guys know Nazur means sea, right? So you could actually say in Nuwabik, let's say I wanted to say something simple like see I see you, right? Like I see you, right? So you would know by now, let me use green. You would know by now, right, that I see, if the root is nazur, then you know you have to conjugate this when I say I see, right? So now it'd be on zeru, right? And then you know you is ent. On zeru ent. But you could actually conjugate all this. I see you. You know, you have your subject, verb, and then direct object, right? And Nuwabik, if you have situations like this, you can conjugate it all together, right? So the full conjugation, I'm going to write out for you. So it's on zeru. That part would remain on zeru. And then you just go on zeruk. On zeruk. You would say on zeruk. And that would mean I see you, right? Because you know on zeru means I see. And then since it already ends in the you know ook, right? The ook part, okay, the ook part, like this, right? With the verb, if it was a noun like katub, katubuk would mean your book, but since it's not a noun, it's actually a verb. The verb is actually going to be acting on the direct object, which would be you. So ook also means I see you. Like I'm looking at you. Like don't look anywhere else. I'm looking at you. So on zeruk. Like I see you. So you can say it all in one. On zeruk. Yeah, and that means I see you. So that's something to keep. Can you guys see that? That's something to keep in mind. So you got see, you got the word nazur. You always want to start from the root. If you're not starting from the root, then you have not laid your foundations yet in Nuwabik. So and then you know that I see equals anzeru, and then you could I mean, I don't even know if you could really. I mean, I guess you can say anzeru ent, but once you get familiar enough, you could say anzeruk, you know. So yeah. So I'm gonna erase this part. It's a little side note for you guys. Something that I picked up studying our language, which would be Laghut, our language, Laghut. So that's important. All right, and let me write this out. Finish writing out the possessions. You know what I'm saying? So etnin who, that would mean he has, if we're going to say it in English. And then etnin ha, right? What you mean? I'm sorry. Shit. That would mean she has. And then up here, we gotta get this felt tip right on, huh? Alright, that'll work. And then we got etnina, which would mean we have. Alright. And then they have. The etninhum. Etninhum. They have. And then you all have, or y'all have, the etninkum. That means you all have. Alright? So, practice writing along if you want. Like I said, the more you practice, the more it becomes muscle memory, and you won't even have to think about it. Especially with your, with the foundation. So I'll leave that up for a second. Oh yes, the master teacher also goes over past participles, but I actually, okay, I think I'll give the vocabulary list next lesson because I haven't fixed this computer yet. I got to do a couple things with some applications, and I don't have it yet. So I guess we could go over this past participle, but I also we'll go over that next lesson. I got to remind myself. And what I want to do is start with some plain sentences, man. Start with some plain sentences to get y'all talking. That's the point. That's talking and writing and reading, but talking first. You know what I mean? So if I want to say, how are you? How are you in Nuwabik? You would say, Kefa. Oops, if I can spell Nuwabik. Let's see. Maybe Kefa Ata Ent. Kefa Ent. Alright. How are you? Alright. And then we could also say, how are you? Kefa and let's say, what are you doing? Right? What are you doing? Let's see. All right, we got this. All right. So. Shanu ata tamelu. Shanu ata tamelu. That means, what are you doing? And you notice here that that's conjugated because the root, right? The root is, I'm gonna test you on this all the time, man. It's gonna be, the root word for do is bamud. So in your mind, you're gonna have to conjugate this, and we'll go over. I think a lot of we'll have to do a lot of lessons where we kind of just throw the conjugations in between, because this is a huge part of the language, and it's actually pretty hard, even for Spanish speakers like my girlfriend. She's Mexicana, so even she has a hard time with this. When we're going over the language. So this is pretty. It's tough, man. It took me a while to get that too, but I just kept practicing, and now I can get it most of the time off the top of my head. I know if I say Bamul, then I know it's Apmelu, Tapmelu, Yapmelu, Hapmelu, Tapmeluwa, Yapmeluwa, or Nabwelu, Nabwel, Nameluwa. There we go, Nameluwa. So those are things that you're just gonna have to practice. There's no easy way around it. You're just gonna have to do it. You know what I mean? And in the next lesson, we'll go over the past tense. If I have time later on tonight, I'll come back and we'll go over the past tense. But again, keep studying. Oh, you know what? Let's do one more. Let's do one more, y'all. Come on, man. Don't give up on me. Let's do one more. Come on, more. Let's do it more. We gotta speak our language more. Trying to motivate y'all. Alright, so what's another thing we could say? Something simple like a greeting, right? I'm not gonna go over Rahu back because you can learn that in like 2 seconds. Let's see. Let's go over like let me write this in black. Like Tob Sabu, right? This is a simple one too. Tob. Oh, I almost about to write that in English. Tob Sabu, which pretty much means, I'm gonna translate it to good day, because I don't like saying good morning, because you guys know me already. Good day, right? It's daylight, good day. I don't like saying morning because we're Nuwabik. We don't wish people good morning. No, we don't do all that. So you say good day, and then your reply, whoever's replying, could say wa to. There I go again, writing an English W. It's forbidden here, unless you're translating from Nuwabik. Okay, and Tobun, wa Tobun, Tobun. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, you can say that. Or good. Actually, this should be good daylight, right? Because day actually translates to Yawun. Yes, I'm sorry. I don't want to confuse people. So, but Sabul has something to do with the sun appearing in the morning and giving its rays. So let me translate that to good day, good daylight. I don't like saying morning, but you know what I'm getting at. What I say, daybreak, or something like that. It's reflective of the light coming from Shamush, which we call sun. So wa tobun. Wa tobun sabu. Look. And a good day to you, or a good daylight to you, or good light to you. Really should just be light, right? I'm sorry, confuse y'all, man. To me, it's kind of automatic what it means, but when I'm trying to explain it, it's a little different. So, good light. You're saying good light. It's for us. It's like good morning, and so good, I'm sorry, in a good light. To you, because Luke means to you, for you. So you don't have to say li ant, you just say Luke, right? So watobun sabu Luke, sabu Luke, sabu. Gotta say the part. Can't leave the H silent. So sabu Luke. Hopefully that'll be enough to get y'all started. Any questions? Just leave a comment, hit me up, or yeah, just give me a comment, hit me up, like the video, and wadu usra.